Welcome to the Data Visualization Project. In this video, you'll learn how to work with Excel. You'll find over the course of this project that the hardest parts are really knowing what data you need and then using Excel. So this video tackles that second bullet point, using Excel, and later in this block or later in the project, you will learn how to figure out what data you need. So let's first get our Excel files. The way that you'll do that is you'll go to RomanNet, you'll go to your computer science page, you'll go to topics, and under topics you'll see the data visualization materials. If you click on that, what you're going to want to do is download the 2019 data visualization files. And you'll notice that it downloads over here, or in your downloads over here, your data visualization files. You'll notice that it's actually a zip file, so what you're going to want to do is go ahead and open it. And once you open it, you'll hopefully get your Finder, which is this program right here. Your Finder opens up not only with your zip file, but also your folder. On the computer that you use, you may notice many of these data viz zip files downloaded. So that's why it's going to be super important for us to right now go ahead and rename our file. So I'll two-finger click on it, and that'll open up this menu, and I'll click rename. And then I'll go ahead and change last name to my last name and underscore data viz. So once you go ahead and rename your file, now you've got your folder ready to go. Go ahead and open it up. And I'd like for you to go ahead and open up the 2019 data visualization options. That will open up Excel, and within Excel you'll see some things here as well as the information here. Let me go back to some of the things that I wanted to show you before we begin. There are some things that you should know, some vocabulary with Excel. Whenever I tell you to click on a cell is just a single spot in the spreadsheet. So this would be cell B3, so it just corresponds to a letter and a number. So this one would be A5. So cells are specific locations. I'll also ask you to click on certain sheets, and the sheets are each one of these different tabs. And if I ask you to add a sheet, you can see over here. And that's really the vocabulary that you need to know. Another thing that I want you to know as we begin this project is just a tool, or just a quick resource called or using Command and Tab. So if you hold down your Command button on your computer, which I want you to do in just a sec, and then if you click Tab, you'll notice that it brings up all of the applications that are currently open, and if you click Tab every single time, it will rotate to the next application, so you can quickly go between things and you can get to certain locations. So you'll see me in these videos doing that. How do you select and delete? Well, for big selections, you'll want to click on columns or rows and in Excel, and then you can two-finger click on that, and you can delete or insert things, insert rows. Again, if you wanted to do a column, you can delete or insert columns. And the last thing, copy and paste. Similar to other programs, if you select certain cells, and if you do a Command C, you'll notice that it starts highlighting, and then if you go somewhere else and you Command V, that's how you copy and paste. So you may have known those things, just wanted to get that started. So really the purpose of this video is to show you some of the main tools, and you're going to use the worksheet Algebra Practice with Excel to learn these tools. So it says really quickly the directions: watch the DataViz Practice Excel video, which you're doing right now. Follow the instructions for each scenario below. When you found the correct data, screenshot it, airdrop it to your iPad, and import it into this doc, into these sections here. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how to do problem number 1, and I'm going to ask you to pause the video and then you finish problem number 2. And then the video will resume by me showing you how to do problem number 3. And then you will go ahead and pause or end the video and complete problem number 4. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So problem number 1, we're going to learn one of the main tools, which is called sort by column. So it says now make a copy of data visualization options.xls and call it problem 1. All right, I'm going to go back to Finder and I'm going to make a copy of this. So I'll 2-finger click on it and then I will duplicate it. And then it asks me to call it problem number 1. So once I made my copy, I'll 2-finger click on it, I'll rename it, and I'll call it problem 1. Doing this is going to be super important for you when you start with your actual project because you want to have a clean copy of the data and then one that you work with. Okay, so it says click International Migrant Sheet. Okay, so I should go ahead and open up problem number 1. And it says to open up or click the International Migrant Sheet. All right, clicked. This one says sort the 10 countries who had the 10 least international migrants in 2017. So what I want to do to use the sort tool is I want to get to 2017, so I'll click on that cell, and I want to find the countries who had the 10 least. So what I'll do is click on data once I'm on 2017, and then this tool, sort, and now it brings up this window here. Now I can sort by column. So I want to sort by 2017 because that's what the problem asked me to do. I want to sort on the values of that column. And I want to not go largest to smallest, but smallest to largest. And once I click OK, you'll notice that now everything's shifted. So all of a sudden I've got the Caribbean, Netherlands, and these countries here. When I go back, it says sort the countries who had the 10 least international migrants in 2017. All right, so I'm going to stick with these numbers here. If you look down below, you'll see that there are, in fact, some columns that list less than 1,000. So these are actually the least. So instead of going with what's listed right up here, Excel sorts it from least to greatest, but then if it has a value like a less than sign, it's going to appear at the bottom or the top. So these are actually the countries who had the 10 least. All right, so it says create a blank new sheet, call it least migrants. Okay, a new blank sheet, and it says call it least migrants. Well, if you double click on it and do a rename, what did I want to call it? I want to call it least migrants. Okay, and then it says copy and paste the 10 least countries for 2017 in the new least migrant sheet. So what I want to do is go back to international migrants, and they wanted 10 of them. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'll copy those 10. Command C, and I'll go ahead and do Command V. Now it says delete unnecessary sheets. This should actually also have unnecessary rows. So this one was the row for 2017. So I'll go ahead and delete these 3 columns. And so now I've got my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 countries with the least migrants. Now it says delete unnecessary sheets. So this was my spreadsheet, and so I want to delete all of these other sheets. I don't need them anymore. And when you do your project, it's going to be super important that you delete all unnecessary sheets, and you'll see why when you get to it. Instead of me clicking each one individually, I can actually click on one, hold the Shift button, click on another one, and then click delete. And now it deletes multiple sheets. So problem 1 is done. I can do a file save if I want. But now in order to do my last step, which is screenshot the data, airdrop it to your iPad, and import it below. I'll do a Command Shift 4. Again, that was a Command Shift 4. And I can go ahead and copy this, and then I can import that or airdrop it to my iPad, and then import it right in here. At this point, once you're done importing that into this section right here, I want you to pause the video, and I want you to work on problem number 2, which is a sort by, but now you're going to find the most migrants for 2010. So go ahead and pause this video and then come back when you're done. All right, the next skill that I want to teach you is transposing. And transposing is going to be super important when we start doing certain data grabs for our Python. So let's go ahead and slide down to problem 3, which we'll do together. Problem 3, transpose. It says, make a copy of data visualizations options XLS, call it problem 3. All right, I'll do my command tab, get back to Finder. I'll make a copy of this. So I'll duplicate. And they want me to call it problem 3, so I'll two-finger click. I'll rename it problem 3. So now I've got another problem here, and it says click on US immigration data. Okay, so I'll go ahead and open up problem 3 and click on US immigration data. Okay, I'm already there. All right, I'll go back to my sheet, create a new blank sheet, call it Alabama immigration. Okay, I'll start a new blank sheet, two-finger click on it, rename, and I'll call it Alabama immigration, and hit enter. Okay, it says type years in cell A1. So in A1, I'll type years. And then it says in type Alabama in cell B1. Okay, in cell B1, I'll type Alabama. Okay, it says transpose the years of US immigration data to column A of Alabama immigration sheet under the word years. Okay, transpose basically means to make something go from vertical to horizontal or vice versa. So in this case, it says transpose the years of US immigration data. So here's the sheet. So transpose these years to column A. So I'm going to go ahead and get the years, and I'll select them. And then I'll Command C, and I'll go back to Alabama immigration. And it said to do this to column A, yep, underneath the word years. So I'll go underneath the word years. I'll two-finger click. I'll actually do what's called a paste special, and I will transpose. And now you'll see that the years went in this order. Okay, so if you wanted to flip it, well, then you could do a sort by, but right now I'll just leave it. I'll go ahead and then go to the next step. Transpose the immigration numbers of Alabama from US immigration to column B of Alabama immigration sheet under the word Alabama. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go ahead and find Alabama immigration. I'll copy it, Command C. I'll go to Alabama immigration, and they said under the word Alabama. I'm going to go ahead and paste special, and I'm going to transpose. There we go. So now I have Alabama immigration from 2015 to 1995, and I can see it just for that state. All right, it says lastly, delete unnecessary sheets. Well, again, it's going to be important for you to delete all of the unnecessary sheets when you come to start working in Python, so I'll delete that. I'll delete. If I want to, again, delete multiple sheets, I'll go ahead and click on one sheet, hold the Shift button, click on the others, and click delete. And now I can save it, file save. And now the last thing that it says is screenshot the data, airdrop to your iPad, and import below. So I'll go ahead and Command Shift 4, and then I will copy this, or I'll screenshot it, airdrop it to my iPad and import it right over here. At this point, you can stop the video and you can work on problem number 4, where you're going to do the same thing, but now you're going to make one for Illinois and Illinois immigration.